Hello, everyone, and welcome into Arizona Wildcats hockey. I'm Tom Callahan. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Game 2 of the weekend series. UNLV in town. Last night, an epic battle that took overtime to decide. The University of Arizona with a tremendous comeback, scoring the tying goal in the dying seconds of the third period, only to fall 4-3 in the overtime. Tonight, Arizona looks to get its revenge. No supplemental discipline carries over into tonight's matchup, so both teams will have their full rosters, and believe me, it's going to be a heated one. Plenty of physical action yesterday, plenty of power plays on both sides as well. Arizona had 9 power plays, scored on one of them, and that game-tying goal, shorthanded. Expect special teams to be a big key for tonight's matchup. So we're going to take a break. We'll have a quick pregame chat with head coach Chad Berman. Then we'll come back for the starting lineups and the drop of the puck, UNLV and the University of Arizona.
I'm Matt Tiart here with Coach Berman. Going into this series with UNLV this weekend, coming off a win against Grand Canyon. Who do you think is going to show up big in this series? As you mentioned before, kind of a heated rivalry. These games just mean more.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what makes it fun. I think what's great about our team is there's no particular person we lean on. A lot in the past we've looked to Bailey Marshall or something like that to be the answer. I think we have a lot of guys that can do it. I think it's more of a group collection by committee type of a deal we've got going here, and that's a good thing. But I couldn't give you a name. I can give you a position. I know our team is built from the goaltending out, and so pick a goaltender as far as I'm concerned. They've been both great for us all year. We've built our systems around that, and hopefully they give us a chance to win like they have all season long.
And your favorite topic, special teams. How is special teams going to be important in these games, and what do they matter most?
Well, this time of year in general, I mean, you're not gonna score a lot of offense outside of odd man rushes or special teams. Your special teams better be good, and when we're playing a race to 3, that one goal in a power play could be the difference. Everything in our systems have been getting better, particularly with our special teams. Our penalty kill continues to get better. Our power play has been getting a lot better. I think we're starting to get more comfortable in our looks and our reads. We were fortunate enough to have success against them last time. We're prepared to adjust a few things, but hopefully we can continue that role.
Thanks, Coach.
And as we wait for the University of Arizona to head out on the ice for the start of tonight's game, we will get the introductions coming up here in just a moment. And interestingly enough, you don't often see this in a weekend series going back-to-back. However, UNLV is going to come back with the same goaltender they had yesterday in there. And, not a bad decision when you consider that Vince Benedetto got the win yesterday. And at times looked pretty good, but often in a back-to-back situation, especially on a team where you have 2 very good goaltenders, which UNLV does, generally you'll see one each get a start Friday and Saturday. Well, that's not the way it's going to go tonight for UNLV. They'll go back with Benedetto. However, that is the way it will work for the University of Arizona. They will start Nolan Bavalsic. He's 5-2 on the year with a .913 save percentage and a 2.58 goals against average. Bavalsic has played very well this year. Anthony Churro played excellent yesterday as well. We'll see how it all pans out today for Biv getting the start on the Saturday night, and it'll be interesting to see, too, for this UNLV team. Highly penalized yesterday. Very contentious end to the game for both teams yesterday, and that was interesting to watch all by itself. But yet another big miss from the lineup today for Arizona. Jesse Lowell is on the lineup with an upper body injury, so Lowell will not play today. And so elevated to the top line, Dawson Marshall. Marshall, a very hard-working winger and a guy who can provide some jam, some spark. They'll be looking for him to do exactly that for this Wildcats team here with Lowell out of the lineup. And, of course, Brody Selman is going to have to really have a big game for this Wildcats hockey club as well. Selman yesterday set up the tying goal, and running back had a hand on 2 goals yesterday. Matthew Cole had a huge game from the D-score, scoring a couple, including that late game tire. Short-handed, 5-on-3. Arizona managed to push it to overtime. unfortunately lost in the OT. Now it's time for the anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee for tonight's game is Chris Zorza, your linesman Jeff Lewis and David Johnson.
So as we get ready to go for tonight's action, the University of Arizona in the Battleship gray uniforms. And yes, indeed, those are in honor of the battleship itself, the USS Arizona. And the gray uniforms, the football team did those a couple of years ago as well. They look very sharp. Just don't see them very often because, as we always see them here at Tucson Arena, they tend to wear the whites. But tonight, changing things up just a little bit, maybe hoping for a little bit of mojo out of those gray uniforms. As we are going to get ready to go here in just a moment. And as we told you for UNLV, they do go back to last night's starter, Vince Benedetto. Numbers on Benedetto, he's now 6-1 on the year and has a 2.85 goals against and a .911 save percentage. So night number 2, what will we see? Boy, it got very contentious down the stretch last night between these two teams. Plenty of power plays. As I mentioned, UA had 9 all by themselves. And so it'll be interesting to see what kind of pace is set early here. Who sets that pace? Right now, UNLV is going to start off with possession of the puck, and they're going to toss it on in to the Wildcats' end of things. Jones around behind the net, turning it over, and a centering feed. That one is blocked away to the corner. Jones trying to help it along, and it's chopped at, not out. It's put in front and left into no man's land there. Kind of an odd choice there. Instead of trying to take the shot, Luke Burke just tried to leave a backhand between the skates and did not work out whatsoever. Arizona will send the puck down the ice. Orfanos up on the forecheck. That puck played all the way back out to center. Fisher trying to dig it out of his skates there. Had trouble with it. Coughed it up. Here's Max Johnson moving in on the right side. Puck into the corner. And Arizona up with it. Right side, Fisher tipping it on ahead into the zone. Right wing is Meyer. He'll go in after it. Reversed back up the near side wall. Kept into the point by Fisher. Who shot wide of the net. At the left point, Shively holding it on the backhand. Swept around, ends up with Meyer. Johansson wrapping to the near side. Fisher at the right point. His long wrister off a stick wide. Johansson tried to jam it near side. Save Benedetto with a paddle down. Puck still in the post, and now it's knocked away through center. UNLV will dump it in. Bavalsic letting it go. Rebels trying to get a change behind the play. as Meyer tried to tip it to himself there, but ran into traffic. Quickly looping back on the left side. Here's Flanders, and he ran into traffic himself. Couldn't get that shot through. Rebels trying to tee it up, right point, right off the shin pads of Shively. Aggressive block there. Puck ends up still deep in the Wildcat zone, cleared around the right side, and now to be brought ahead, Marquis chasing into the right wing corner. Marquis around after it. Played to the far side. UNLV quickly on the breakout. Trying to use some speed on the left side. Instead, that'll just be thrown in by Estrada. Bavalsic out to play it. Flings it around the far dasher. Tied up on the right wing half boards. UNLV hanging on to it. Puck is at least cleared to center, but again, Arizona unable to generate anything. And right back in come the Rebels on that left wing side. Manning throwing it in behind the net. Puck side of the goal. Bavalsic the save, and he will get a cover. And grab a whistle here. 2.5 minutes into this first period. Each team with a chance so far, but nothing showing out of it. Face-off will be coming up to the right of Bavalsic. And Arizona putting that draw on their own zone. Clear the zone. Help it out. Poking at it. Berman able to get it through center. Try to get a chase here. UNLV on the regroup. They try to move it right back up the ice. Polanski off on the right wing side. Wrist shot coming in. Right pad save. Bavalsic. Kept it down for the left point is DeMizio. He couldn't hang on to it. Cycle it up top. Once again, nice job to get it out there by Lerman. Chase before it's turned the other way. Pardon me, that was actually Hull. Give all the way over the D spot there, Chris Hull. And now at center, Selman pulls his man down. Well, already we've had one going either way that's been let go here by the referees, so maybe they're going to let him play here in this first period after last night's penalty fest. Just kind of let the game flow for a bit. Bavalsic handling that wrist shot for the left wing. And now here's Arizona. Selman away, 2-on-1. He's got Orfanos. Selman in, trying to feed it. Orfanos score! The initial pass by Selman went off the defender, right back to him, and he sent it across on the second effort. Orfanos able to put it home past the left pad of Benedetto. It's 1-0 Wildcats. Arizona cashing in on the 2-on-1. 3:39, time of the goal. And once again, Selman's name figures prominently on the score sheet.
Arizona Wildcat goal, given to number 7, George Orfanos. The assist goes to number 20, Brody Selman. That's Orfanos from Selman. Time of your Wildcat goal, 3 minutes, 39 seconds in the first period.
And now we get a penalty. That's going to be a cross-checking call going against UNLV. So much for letting them play early here. That one against Max Johnson. Once again, by the way, I want to mention early on, Sebastian Janik is doing the everything man position tonight. He's doing everything, and we may even hear him on a headset at some point, but running the entire broadcast while the majority of the crew, unfortunately, is out sick right now. Guys, speedy recovery. Hope you're back soon. We miss you here, but please heal up, and we'll see you soon.
2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of that penalty, 4 minutes, 1 second in the first period. And it puts your Wildcats on the Hogan Transportation power play.
So to the power play they go. First one for either side tonight. Wildcats yesterday, 1 power play goal and 9 chances. They also had a shorty. Here's Timor. Right side, leaving it up top. Hole shot, looking for a tip really. Orfanos couldn't get anything on it in the slot, and it's cleared out. Timor back in, on the right wing, left up at the point. Gets it back in the right half wall, up top to Hole. Hole will flip it over to the far side. Cusinelli walking in, wrist shot, save Benedetto. Cusinelli feeding it down low. Meyer can't come up with it. Orfanos with it. Back onto the far side. And that one is sent away on the deflection there. Cole will track it down. Quick return up the right side. Stepping in is Timor. He's got a man going to the net, trying to get it across. Cusinelli had his stick tied up. Arizona finishing the change, but the puck is swept out to center. That allows Fisher to back up with it here and reset things. 49 seconds to go in the power play for Arizona. They already have a 1-0 lead, and we have played just over 5 minutes into this game. Wildcats dump it in. Here's Selman into the right wing corner after it. The clear hit him, stays down low. Johansson. Johansson leaving it off, left side. Selman carries it behind the net. Out the near side, gave it to Jones off the heel of his stick, but moving over to keep it in is Fisher. Fed up top, tipped over, Fisher through the slot, shot save Benedetto, big rebound, and the chance couldn't get through the traffic. Benedetto able to hang on to that one. Oh, that rebound sitting tantalizingly in the slot. However, just picked up and held. Benedetto will get his team a face-off. 12 seconds left to go in that penalty kill. Let's see if they can find a way out of this UNLV. Early on, good pressure from this Wildcats power play. So important. Rebels win it. Fling it around the near side glass. The puck does come out to center, so that should pretty much do it for the first Wildcats power play. They look to go 1 with a man advantage. Out of the box is Johnson. 5-on-5, we resume play. There's an errant pass. No icing. They wave it off. And, hang on.
Kim Carr splits up Tucson, brings you local Tucson information, covers emergency incidents like police and fire calls, traffic
Chad Berman. I don't even need to really read the lips. He's saying the linesman waved it off. I mean, you could hear him clearly over the crowd mic. He waved it off. The referee. Face off comes back down the right side
for the rest of the weekend.
Lay it on. Chance of the slot. Nice job there, stepping up to knock his man down to Ziegler. Like I said, down the ice, and Ziegler will give chase. Barry on the near side. UNLV moving up the ice. Dimizio fights through a check, leaves it off the right wing side. Trying to give and go there, didn't work out. Wildcats. And now we got a penalty coming up against Arizona. And the puck touched up by the Wildcats. It's going to be an interference call. And so UNLV will see its first power play. 5:42 time of the penalty. Pardon me, 6:42 time of the penalty. Hedgecoke into the box.
Welcome, number 3, Chris Hedgecoke. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 42 seconds in the first period.
UNLV going to work setting things up top here. There's a long shot in. Bavalsic with a blocker save. Alec Johnson feeding it around to the right point. Up top, Mazzillo, his shot tipped and trickles wide. Hole on it, one hands it around. Jones can't clear, second attempt, gets it down. Benedetto will tee it up. Arizona changing up its PK unit. Mazzillo once again walking it in left side for UNLV, wraps it around the right side rim. Here's Alec Johnson up top. Slides it over to the near side. Mazzillo back up top. Wrist shot coming in, fought off by the blocker of Bavalsic. Selman trouble with a bouncer, couldn't clear. Here's Mazzillo in with a shot again, fought off by Bavalsic off the left shoulder, and it's swept down the ice. Nice defensive effort there out of Aiden Safrano. UNLV trying to catch Arizona in a change, but they peeled back on the attack there. UNLV also trying to get a little bit of a change of its own unit in there. As they push in, looking for a chance in the slot, elect to cycle it up top. And now they'll reset as they finally get that last man out there for the second power play unit. 28 seconds to go on the man advantage. 1-0 Arizona. Long wrister for the left point, and that one hit a body in front, didn't get through. Estrada waiting for it on the left side, didn't get it. Puck is fed up top, holding on to it. On the right side, Malone swept in front, and that one is knocked away to the glass. Little duck and cover there for the zebra in the corner. UNLV quickly pushing back in. Left side, Estrada tried to slide it through, came back to him. His wrist shot blocked again, and that one staggered hole, took it off the ankle. We are back to 5-on-5. The power play's over. Wildcats have killed it off, but they're still pinned in their own end. Selman trying to get rid of it. And Jones, big hit, but the puck free in front, fought off by Bavolsic. Rebound cleared to the line, not out. Held into the right side there. Malone couldn't keep the handle on it, but once again, UNLV comes up with it. They try to shuffle the zone a little bit here, and now Arizona finally at least able to skate it over the line, and they got numbers, but they're trying for a change. Selman weaving into the slot. Had Orfanos behind him, couldn't get it to him. Arizona will fling it right back in. There's a pass in the area for Selman, diving, he couldn't get to it. And he ends up going in and taking the net off. Nice little area pass there, just a little too far ahead of Selman breaking in. And as he dove to try to get a poke on it, maybe redirected it for the goaltender. Quite get it. And we've got to reset the cage and behind Benedetto. So I told you he was doing everything tonight. Now he's even going to jump on and give us his thoughts.
Well, we're lucky enough to have the TCC feed, so I can take my hand off the camera. But, you know, I think that's another example. You see the way Brody Selman just absolutely lays out to try to get whatever he can on that puck towards net. It was an absolutely great effort. Brody Selman was great.
Chance to get a breather and sip the old coffee. This energy is not entirely man-made, some of it's caffeinated. For both of us. Puck dumped in, that'll be an icing call against UNLV. Just past the halfway mark here, 9:52 gone in the first period. 1-0 Arizona. A little bit different tonight, Sebastian. U of A gets that first goal.
And it feels a little bit more structured. You know, I think UNLV and U of A went at each other emotionally quite a good bit last night. Maybe tonight we'll see a little bit more fun at each other the hockey on sense of things, but that opening goal really sets the tone for the U of A and this team. They don't have to play from, you know, behind. And they're doing that a good bit this year. Having to play from behind, having to come back and try to get a little bit of open space
UNLV on the right side, and they will try to make something happen with Walsall cutting it off the left post there. The first foray in there for Grant Smith.
I noticed early that they were really shooting high out there. They were going high blocker a lot, trying to get it over the shoulder. Big tall guy who use that blocker well. It's easy to stick to that strategy.
It's interesting, too, that you bring that up because there are a lot of tall goaltenders out there. Some guys who are considered quote-unquote short make themselves taller by playing out a little further, but also staying very upright by using their core and keeping their shoulders high. And that takes away a lot more of the top of the net. I've seen guys who are 6'6" go into a giant slouch and give up the corners on both sides. Play that way. Here's Selman once again. Selman beats out an icing and a try for Marshall. That is blocked. Rebound up top. Jones shot save. Benedetto. Rebound swept away to the wall. Cleared off the glass. Down the ice it goes. It'll be an icing.
Oh, sure. Dawson Marshall doesn't have to play on that first line. He's an energy guy. He's, you know, he kind of that mix of grinding, power forward type player. He seems to be complimenting Selman in the offensive line. Also, he got all of that stuff in.
Well, and even though it wasn't icing, they let Cole Wyatt head off for the change there. I'm trying to sneak somebody else out there.
The gamesmanship continues.
It does. And, you know, it's... Well, now UNLV's got too many guys out there. So So this is exactly what it looks like. This is designed by design to give your unit that's out there, that's been out there, a couple extra seconds of rest. Puck free in front, chance, Benedetto way out to make the save on Selman. There we go again with a run into traffic. And the linesman get in there.
I think they're going to call UNLV player here because two guys get their hand up in Selman's face and Selman is turned around and walks away.
And Selman just, Benedetto came out to Selman. He just happened to be there.
Yeah, I think Selman just on it a little bit too heavy. Even that interaction with Goalie can take some offense. But that's the thing with UNLV. They plays their game. Goes against UNLV. Making mistakes like that just is a flat-out mistake. You don't need two guys getting their hands and sticks up in the face of Selman to get one to suffice.
Butasov will be the one too many guys as he ends up in the box for UNLV in the second power play for Arizona. Wildcats.
On number 41, Michael Casasa. 2 minutes to charge time. Time 11 minutes 26 seconds in the first period. It gives your Wildcats a full transportation power play.
Indeed, they are back to the man advantage here. Arizona had some good looks the first time around, just unable to cash it in. UNLV able to fling that one down the ice. Balsick will leave it at the side of the net. And home, the rolling puck. Keeps it off on the left side. Cusinelli pass ahead to the left side of Meyer. Meyer will carry it in. He's got some space. Curls on that far corner. Now feed it up top. Hole drifting to his right. No lane. Cusinelli back to Hole. They're trying to open up that lane from up top. Brister. Save made by Benedetto. Rebound. Cusinelli on it. On to the near side, and that one will be turned over. Nice. Oh, Orfanos is going to pick up a hooking call. Cross-check. Orfanos stripped that puck back. I thought they were going to get a puck.
Yeah, I thought I was about to say it. Unfortunately, he does illegally to the dogs.
And Rocket Mans, be sure to join us Thursday,
His power play, we saw him. His cheese got a chance to see a lot of good power play last night. He's so many opportunities. But so far, it's
enchiladas.
been a little bit has to be a little bit more on their toes, trying to understand where the
It's food camera. We don't have chug cams.
UNLV seem to do a little bit better in the 4-on-4 scenarios, but both teams have their speedsters. Of course, missing Jesse Lowell tonight does not help Arizona.
Jesse Lowell typically described as the most complete hockey player on this hockey team by a lot of people behind the scenes. He was a big loss here this year. You got to put the next man up. One guy like a little bit extra.
Johansson trying to push up on the right side, but just ran into too many black jerseys on the way. UNLV. Turning back. 1:12 to go in the 4-on-4. 1-0 Arizona leads as the puck dumped in on Pavalsik. Good freeze with 6:42 remaining. Here in this opening frame, face-off will come to his left. At this point, I think it settled in a little bit, and early on, they let things go. The first actually, I would have called a penalty either way early on, but they let them both go, and I thought, oh, they're going to let them play. Well, since then, pretty much as soon as I said that, we've seen guys going back to the penalty box. So I think, special teams, yeah, we talked about it being a key in the pregame, but Sebastian, I think it's going to be huge tonight.
Well, we saw last night just the amount of special teams opportunities they had. They were able to cash in on one power play and then tied the game down on 3-on-5. So special teams factored in a pretty positive way for you that he's short-handed and on the power play. I don't think UNLV, though, wants to give people fancy when they're playing like this for 9 power plays a game. So I would feel like they really capitalize a bit more than they did just based on just the odds.
Face off to left up, Pavalsik controlled by the Rebels. Setting up Johnson, feeding it back across the ice. Chance to slide, but that was deflected wide. Puck rolls around to the right point, kept in. And UNLV right now. UNLV somehow on a power play. How did they get one player back in the middle of all that? There's only 30 seconds to go. Penalty against the Oh, there we go. Yeah, so never mind.
little bit more coffee, Tom.
That's right. The penalty expired without me realizing. Holy cow. Boy, that minute kind of slid right by me. Wait a minute, we did play that much time. Okay. Fair enough. And the UNLV power play is indeed drawing to a close here. Norfanos out of the box as it skipped by. Wyatt on it. He'll try to center high slot. A chance they score. Low wrist shot that finds its way through the wickets on Babalsek. It will not be a power play goal, but it does tie this game at 1. Zilla with the goal, coming here at 14:37.
And he factored in on a lot of the offensive plays for UNLV last night. His name seemed to be all over the score sheet for this UNLV team. So getting right back at it here again tonight. I mean, I usually the beginning it's been the best of the world to jump out to
UNLV scored the assist. Hunter Zilla gets the assist. Number 37, Colby Wyatt. And number 3, Bradley Lamont. That's Fazilla from Wyatt and Lamont. Time of the UNLV goal, 14 minutes, 37 seconds in the first period.
Well, I agree. I think we will see a lot of back and forth here. One of the most telling things, as odd as yesterday's game was in so many ways, one of the things that Chad Berman said to me before the game today, he said, I don't think either team was very sharp for large stretches of the game. He said, we didn't play our best hockey, and UNLV didn't play its best hockey.
I think we see a little bit more structure, more of what these two teams are capable of.
Clear their zone. Meyer keeping it in one hand on the stick. Puck still in his skates as he battles for it. He's able to move it out. Chip in left side. Strada leaving it in the slot. Quick shot! But Balsick with a save there. Just got a piece on that Salafos chance from the slot.
Balsick looked like he reacted a tiny bit later on that one. Looked behind it, but he got a pad on that because that was the corner. That would have been elevated though. That's a bit more dangerous opportunity.
Got enough. That's what counts. It did get enough. And UNLV in for a chance again. There's Babalsek with a good pad save. And going back the other way now. Arizona. Move that in from center ice. Unfortunately, it's turned right back out by UNLV. But turned over as center.
Enough contact. Stick on skate there. It's going to be a battle of the neutral zone. Something that UNLV likes to use a lot of speed. Carry the puck over the blue line. UNLV seems to be a little bit more of a jump and chase strategy like Lydia.
UNLV actually pushed 3 forecheckers at Fisher there while he was pinned on the ball trying to make something happen. If Arizona can find a quick seam on an outlet and break that, they'll have numbers going the other way, but they've got to be able to move it quickly.
And that's where the defense that are on this team that are so good at transition, so good at heads-up passes, space, they're going to be the guys who are going to need to set up the floor for the stretch passes.
Right now the Rebels trying to move the puck ahead, turn it right back into the zone there. Josh Lerman certainly looking more comfortable tonight, getting a little bit more ice time out there, so good to see number 33 get his chance. And of course the Wildcats are battling some injuries and some other issues right now, so they're missing several players from the lineup, hoping to get a little help next week. Back to the right center's Timor intercepting the pass. Timor in with a wrist shot, and Benedetto got a piece. Deep left side kept in by Hedgecoat. Center and off the heel of the stick there, chasing it over the near side is Marshall.
Probably the most skilled offensive defenseman on this team, at least one of them. Steps up, intercepts that pass, and creates a great 3-day scoring.
flustered on that one.
That's probably the only way to get through that seam.
UNLV trying to counterattack here quickly. They're in onside. Puck is still up by the line.
What's in
Just
the
over the line.
comedian, fat guy, he died too. Yeah.
That one is thrown out of play. Glass into the crowd. Souvenir
He
time.
just died yesterday, day before.
1:55 left to go here in the first. This game is tied up at 1. Face off right on the dot at center. Arizona controlling. They'll look to set things up here. Hole. Leaving it over and now Cusinelli jumping it in. Benedetto leaving it behind the net. Cusinelli up aggressive on the forecheck here. Ties his man up in the corner. For a little bit of help as it's clear
Can they
around
dance
the
to
right
it?
side. Held in by Hole. Fakes a shot. Tries to walk down. Has it tied up to the near side corner. Johansson over there. Hole with a shot swept wide of the net. Crashing in on the changes, Ziegler.
Hey, the sound of this music, I
and
think the guy
Johansson
plays
can get a
hockey.
shot on goal. Meyer trying to turn it over. Ziegler off angle off the outside of the net.
You can get
Rebels
cringy
turning it
and
the
play
other way.
hockey.
1:09 to go in this first period with the game tied at 1. Boy, both teams would love to find a way to put one in here before the horn.
1 minute. 1
I
minute
mean,
left
that's
in
the
the
biggest
first
thing to
period.
try to get them into it.
Arizona begins its move through center on the left side. Key could not catch up with that pass. And it's turned back in by the Rebels. Roll on the backhand. Bouncing into the line, not out. Ends up right back to
Roll
Taylor
the
once
other way,
again.
guys.
Try the glass. They'll get it at least to center. And we get a whistle. And pass. Face off back into the Wildcats end of things. 37.2 seconds left to go here in the opening frame, tied at 1. And Sebastian, do you have a little heads up for us on what's coming up in this first intermission report?
Before that, I just want to say for everyone who is in the chat right now, that it just trying to run everything. Trying to get this
And we do appreciate the feedback, by the way, if you're in the chat letting us know what's going on. We do appreciate that. Thank you. As I mentioned, Sebastian's going back and forth on the sound levels here, running the computer, running the camera, bouncing back and forth on a lot of things. So face-off coming up outside the Arizona line, and that one will be won back by the Wildcats. 15 seconds to go in the period. Fisher is pressured on the forecheck. Blacked out as he tries to put the puck around, wedged out of the zone. 6 seconds to go. Orfano's trying to make something happen here in the final couple seconds, but that'll do it for the period. And so as we head off into the sunset, the opening 20 minutes of play here on a Saturday night, it's a 1-1 tie. Arizona struck first. Orfano's from Selman at 3:39, then at 14:37, Musillo from Wyatt and Golan. And that has tied this game up. So 20 minutes into it, an interesting situation here to see where we're at right now. So give us your thoughts on that first period, if you would. Sebastian Janik, what were your thoughts?
The opening strikes is
Pretty nice of him to do.
for a guy like Orfanos, that has been a very solid player for this team. He hasn't gotten rewarded with production yet, but he sticks with Selman. They get the rush on the ice. They get the second half opportunity. Very good. So I think kudos to Orfanos for a great play there. It's a great back and forth game so far. I think both of these teams are playing much better structural hockey than they were yesterday. Honestly, that's what I like to see, is just a really good hockey and not necessarily as much of the extracurricular stuff.
All right, we will take a quick break here, and when we come back, time for our first intermission report. 20 minutes in, tied at 1 between UNLV and your Arizona Wildcats. This is Wildcats Hockey.
Because of Eller, I've had once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
I've learned to step outside of my comfort zone.
Eller has given me a platform to bridge my technical skills into managerial skills. Because of Eller, I've grown my professional network.
Because of Eller, I am more passionate about my goals.
I've met amazing people.
Because of Eller, I have endless opportunities.
I am more involved in my community.
I've been able to enhance my public speaking, which led me to get my internship this summer.
I've started taking more initiative in my life.
Because of Eller, I have a home here at the U of A.
I'm Javier.
I'm Vikas.
I'm Sariska.
I'm Natalie. I'm Itzel.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Javier.
I am Paola.
I'm Brent.
I'm Katya.
I'm Jason.
I'm Sean.
I am Vedashri.
I'm Jennifer. I am Eller.
Hey, Wildcat fans, there's still a chance to come out to get your Pink the Rink jersey for our game next Thursday at 7:30 against Arizona State. For $250, 100% of these proceeds goes directly to the U Arizona Cancer Center and will help to fight research. Not to mention, the player will wear the name of any loved one you want in the back of the jersey, and you'll be able to come down on the ice, get the jersey off the player's back, and have a brief ceremony. We hope you'll come out and help us for a really special event.
Here with you, and we do apologize for the audio difficulties. We've had a different camera setup here this evening. We kind of went to a two-camera setup, and one we're not 100% used to using. We are trying to figure out the audio situation here, and we are monitoring the chat right now, so if folks on YouTube are able to keep us posted on what the setup is over there, we think, have it fixed. So we shall see as we get into period number 2 here. But it is a learning experience all the way around. And you know what? That's why we do these broadcasts. And number one, I love doing the games with the students and knowing that, you know, it's a learning experience for everybody, but it's also a lot of fun. Yeah, it can be a little stressful at times, but this is how you learn to do things and kind of get ready to go into the real world. And in the same breath, we get to talk about hockey, which is also pretty darn good. So that's fun. And we're underway. Second period, 5-on-5 hockey. Tied at 1 after 1 period of play. Little offside quickly, 14 seconds into the second period here. Last night was a 4-3 overtime decision that went in favor of UNLV. U of A tied it late with a 5-on-3 shorthanded goal. Yes, a 5-on-3 shorthanded goal. You don't hear that very often. Matthew Hull scoring that game-tying goal in the dying minute of play. And the building, the roof nearly came off. But unfortunately, UNLV ends up coming out with that overtime win. Rebels will dump it in from center. And the puck ends up on the far side here. Now turning up on that right wing with it. Moving it ahead is Fisher. And turned over, though. Rebels push back into the right side. Quick wrist shot tipped out of play. Into the netting, and we get another whistle just 47 seconds in. Can't quite get the flow going yet here in the second. And let's see, and I know Sebastian Janik is over there. He's taking a look at everything as we get the levels and everything set back on this, but it seems like all is good now. It's a shot by UNLV. That is stopped, and the rebound big to Orfanos. He'll move it ahead. Marshall will fling it into the right wing corner. And it's down up behind the net. Marshall looking to center. Bouncing puck quick. Shot, score! George Orfanos, Johnny on the spot as Marshall fed him in front. He's able to find daylight on Benedetto, and Arizona right back into the lead. It's 2-1. Orfanos nets his second of the night. Comes just 1:03 into the second period, and Arizona gets the start they wanted.
Goal, and it is his second of the night for number 7, George Orfanos. The assist goes to number 10, Dawson Marshall. That's Orfanos from Marshall. Time of your Wildcat goal, 1 minute 3 seconds in the second period.
Boy, again, you love to see it. Orfanos, big goal there. And again, with Jesse Lowell out tonight, you're looking to see who's going to step up for the Wildcats. Well, right now, it's George Orfanos. And how about Dawson Marshall picking up the helper as he picks up the assist there, elevated to this first line role in the absence of Jesse Lowell, and he is the primary helper right there, feeding it out in front. Let's see if Arizona can keep building off it. Left side in, there's a long shot. Selman stick to side, and the rebound, Selman on it. As a rolling puck, right side will feed to the right point. That one jammed off some legs, and Hull keeping it alive to the right side. Orfanos on it again. He'll move it across onto the left side. Hedgecock towards the net. Benedetto the save on that one, steering it to the corner. UNLV back the other way. They'll flip that one in right in on Bavalsic, and he will play it up the near side boards. In the skates there, Ziegler, a little trouble with it. Puck at the near side dot. Ziegler, his pass was behind a marquee. That'll go down for an icing call. And we'll get a whistle here. 2:21 into the second period. 2-1 Arizona. Orfanos has both for the Wildcats. Mutzillo, the goal scorer for the Rebels. Want to say a special hello to Troy Vaughn and his wife, listening in from home, director of Campus Rec. Hope you guys are feeling better soon. And want to say thanks to everybody who is tuning this game in and watching us here. Boy, this has been a doozy. This weekend series has been great. UNLV and Arizona have played each other very closely. Here's a chance for UNLV. A shot in front. Bavalsic diving rebound. They score. It looks like it's going to be Estrada who got to that rebound and pushed it past Bovalsic, who was diving back to his right but couldn't get to the puck. And UNLV comes right back down and ties it at 2. The lead, short-lived for the Wildcats. It lasts just 1 minute and 40 seconds. And we'll pick up the call here of the goal.
UNLV goal scored by number 6, Ezekiel Estrada. Give the assist, number 21, Jason DeMizio. That's Estrada from DeMizio. Time of the Rebels goal, 2 minutes, 43 seconds in the second period.
So it is Estrada who got to the rebound on the back door there. And we do indeed have a tie game on our hands once again. When we say it's a back and forth affair, absolutely not kidding in this one. Uzilla will dump it in from center. Bovalsic out to slow it down behind the net. On to the far side. Fisher tied up in the corner over there by Malone. They'll chip it up the wall. Bouncer to the left point. Kept in on the line off the shins, and now down it goes. No icing here. Benedetto way out to play it. On that far side, Marshall attacking. Chipped it to the front of the net. Rolling puck. And unfortunately, he was heading to the bench. Didn't see it behind him there. Ryan Heck didn't realize. If he'd have turned around, he might have been able to make something out of it. But he was also pretty gassed at the end of his shift. And now there's a centering feed. Goes all the way up to the point. Left side, Timor. Down on the backhand, left wing corner. Timor stripped, but right there to pick it up on the cycle. Marshall leaving it up top. Quick shot. Benedetto left pad save as he kicks that one out. Timor keeping it alive on the wall. And it bounces into the corner. And a big hit over there. Separates man from puck. It comes onto the near side. And here's Grant Smith up the boards. Can't get it out, though. Manning finally able to clear it. UNLV has to go wholesale for the change here. U of A trying to turn it back up quickly. Marshall couldn't hang on to the pass. Right back in. There's a shot. Bovalsic a glove save on that wrister from Flanders. And he'll grab the stoppage here. 4:43 into the second period. Game tied up at 2. The face-off will be here to the left of the Wildcats goal. Sebastian, kind of a crazy start already to the second period.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how it was going to be back and forth throughout, and that has lived up to the expectation. The interesting thing is that Orfanos has struck twice off, and especially that second shot was an absolute bullet. UNLV, though, going for more of those kind of grindy, dirty goals. That second one on Biv, a lot of traffic out in front. You saw how many guys were crashing into the middle of the net when that one went in. Good to see UNLV with some pushback. The U of A is going to have some of their own. Matthew Hull takes a spill behind the play, but no worse for wear.
Well, speaking as an old goalie myself, it's real hard to stop what you can't see.
Yeah, and there was about nothing but a sea of black in front of Biv on that second goal, but this type of back and forth game, we haven't seen the same extracurriculars after each and every whistle behind the play constantly. These are two teams that really want to win on the scoreboard more than anything.
U of A pushing back in. Oh, offside at the line. They had a 3-on-2 developing, but just a hair offside at the line. So close.
Just those 1 or 2 extra stick handles that just slow you down that tiny bit. Unfortunately, not able to get over on sides for an offensive chance.
All right, UNLV ends up winning that draw. We're getting some feedback here. Of course, I get it on my phone. You check the chat on the YouTube. I think we've got it fixed for now. So fingers crossed, Gremlin's out of the system. We're good.
Yeah, the one thing that's nice about having this awesome camera angle, you know, working with the TCC is that it's the first time we've done it in a little bit. We didn't quite realize we're picking up their audio as well, but we're glad we were able to get that sorted out. We might be doing some camera testing during the intermission, so if you see some black screens, it's back and forth, stick with us. But
And, you know, that's a new piece of gear in the chain tonight. This is the first time we actually had a brand new adapter working its way in, so we're figuring it out. Chance in front, Benedetto, big save on Marquis right in front of the net. Right back the other way, here comes UNLV.
what an athletic save there on Marquis. He tries to tuck it around Benedetto. He just absolutely sprawls out, covers the entire bottom of the net.
I wondered about Benedetto playing back-to-back games, but he doesn't look too tired or anything out there. He's pretty sharp so far. So 2-2 and a big hit in the corner. And we got a penalty coming up on UNLV. And now Fisher getting his stick up as well. I don't know if we're going to get any more out of this.
Luckily, it's only Fisher. You don't have 3 or 4 guys getting their hands up. Let's see if they call matching ones here.
Hopefully the initial call is the only one if you're an Arizona fan, which I know we have UNLV fans on the feed, but let's see what comes out of this here. Now it looks like they're going to take them both.
Yeah, I got a feeling that was going to happen.
Now, the only thing you can hope for as an Arizona fan is the initial call sticks. That is against Luke Burke. And then they give them each 2 more after that. And Arizona keeps its power play, but I don't know that that'll happen.
Yeah, we'll see if they determined if the UNLV player was jousting just as much as Fisher. But I think, we haven't seen much of this, but it's boiling under the surface at all times between these 2 teams. They don't like each other. There's nothing wrong with that. That makes for some of the best hockey there is when 2 teams genuinely do not like each other, and they don't. It'll be interesting to see how they draw it out here. As much as you would like to see Fisher, just take the penalty, but he's sticking up for a teammate. Always good to see that. But this is where the U of A, they've done such a good job staying disciplined, not getting involved in this type of stuff too much. And it's gone to their benefit so far as we have a tie game here against UNLV, which is, as we've talked about, one of the best teams in the country in the ACHA. And a team that the Wildcats know that if they want to have a chance at a national championship at some point, they're going to have to be able to consistently beat teams of this caliber.
5-on-5 it will be, so things even out. The initial penalty call that was coming against UNLV negated. And so we keep it going. Here are the calls.
Luke Burke, 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Wildcat penalty on number 6, Ryan Fisher. 2 minutes for cross-checking, 2 minutes for roughing. Both penalties at 6 minutes 47 seconds of the second period. And fans, don't forget to check out tonight.
Oh, that's a tough one because that initial cross-checking call would have put him on the power play.
Yeah, I think that's where the message from Berman has got to be, all right, guys, we took a lot of aggression out last night. Let's just focus on winning this hockey game. Because we saw last night where UNLV took a 5-minute major and the U of A ended up taking a 4-minute penalty. So they only got 1 minute of power play out of it. And those are the type of situations where, yeah, stand up for yourself, don't get pushed around, but take the power play opportunities when they come, because to beat a team like UNLV, you're going to
turned over by Vovalsik. It ends up at the left point. There's a shot, goes wide of the net. Sorry to jump in there, but dangerous play. And the puck goes out of play now.
Yeah, that's where clearance by committee gets a little bit scary right there. Viv is looking for who to outlet it to. He's got a couple of guys around him, and luckily there wasn't a UNLV player hanging out on the face-off dot, or that would have been well, nothing's a guaranteed goal, I suppose, but that would have been about the best chance with a goalie nowhere near the net.
Face off at the near side dot. Arizona trying to move it out. Meyer had a stick tied up, could not. There's a chance off the outside of the mesh. And that one whipped on the blocker side there, but Vovalsik will just nab it on the way there and throw the mid over it. They'll hang on. Grab another face off to the left of the Wildcats cage. 7:36 gone by here in the second. Arizona 2, UNLV 2.
Thank you for the suggestion to change the period as the scorekeeper, cameraman, color guy, production guy. I appreciate all the reminders right now, trying to keep everything.
You have a lot of hats going, my friend.
I'm just trying to also enjoy a hockey game, so there's a lot of things happening all at once. But we appreciate the feedback and the comments.
Turned over, high slot, Meyer, drive, and he sent that one wide. And now it's cleared to the point, not out. Arizona looking to put pressure on. Hole, Ziggs, wrister, save Benedetto. Rebound sitting in front of him. And it's taken away by Alec Johnson. And now it'll be sent on down. Vovalsik Out to stop it, has to try to quickly play it, and it's turned over.
That's the second time in a quick succession where Biv has not been able to play a puck behind his net. He needs some help from the defenseman to get an outlet there.
Well, he also needs a communication from the D to tell him, hey, keep it moving, stop and do something. He has to know what to do if he's going to turn his back like that.
Yeah, I can relate to Biv. He's got a lot on his mind right now, so he needs all the help he can get.
There you go. Kept in at the right point by UNLV. Ricochets off a skate, and now it ends up, and well, all up by himself. Really nothing for Cusinelli to do there, except just kind of pitch it into that near corner.
And you can always kind of tell maybe when fans haven't seen as much hockey as others, they see Coos skating up the ice, they start cheering thinking he's going to explode, but that was a long shift for Coos right there. Just dumps it and goes for the line change.
Rebels trying the quick regroup. How about up the right side? Flanders working his way in on the backhand behind the net. Flanders curls, looking for help. And now Wildcats able to tip it out to center ice. And once again, the regroup there is pulled down on the play was Ziegler. Puck ends up back at center. Wildcats trying to move it in. Here's Timor in the backhand. He'll get it to the right side. Ziegler cutting into the corner after it. And he is pulled down once again. Trying to hop back up. Play continues onto the near side. Here's Fritz. Trying to get to that one. His man falls, but Flanders able to get the puck to center. Timor backing up on it. UNLV trying to get a change. Wildcats will do the same as they tip it in. Halfway home here in this one. 2-2 tie here in the second period.
And Fritz there, I think it's a good thing he pulled up on that hit. The UNLV player loses an edge, goes down. Fritz is coming in too hot. That's a scary play, but glad to see that worked out. But they're putting a lot of pressure on Biv, not giving him any time to think about an outlet, really.
Oh, and that's smart. I mean, any goaltender, even Marty Brodeur, is not going to be as good a puck handler as a defenseman facing forward. Now, some guys are elite at it, and it's actually really interesting to watch. Again, when you talk about the difference in the goaltenders for Arizona, you look at Churro, when he's back there handling the puck, it almost looks like he's always going to make the decision too late, but he always makes the decision in time. And that's just his nature. He's laid back. He just, that goes all the way through his game right to his puck handling. But Bavalsic goes out there, and I see there you get a little better communication. He knew he was coming around to Jones, able to make the play quickly. Everybody was in the right place. That helps an awful lot.
Yeah, he doesn't have to hesitate. He doesn't have to think twice about where the guy might be. He knows right away where to put it off the boards for that bank. That's the type of communication they're going to need if UNLV keeps up that strong forecheck and pressuring Biv.
Once again, the puck back in the Arizona end of things. Wildcats trying to dig it out here. Fed to the right point and keeping it in Muzzillo. He'll get it back at the near dot. Walks it in. Wade's wrist shot fought off by Bavalsic.
Trying to go high Glenn on him. Get it over the shoulder, but Biv says no. Shuts that down.
And that puck ends up in the netting. We'll get a whistle here. 8:18 left to go in the second period. Tied at 2. UNLV and Arizona. Second game of a back-to-back set here on the weekend. Next time we're back here at Tucson Arena, Sebastian, it's going to be Pink the Rink on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a great cause, a great event for a great cause. If you're a U of A fan in the Tucson area, you still have the ability, I believe, to purchase a jersey and participate in the Pink the Rink event. We'll be running another promo for it here in the intermission. A great cause and a great game against ASU.
Always a great game against ASU.
But every team that has come in here, you can tell that other teams take pride in trying to beat Arizona in their own building. This is a heck of a barn that we have here. We're lucky enough to have it. And Arizona is a team that in the past years has really carved out an elite place for themselves, especially in the WCHL.
And now here's a chance wide for the slot, and he wristed that one wide. And the puck goes off the referee, stays in that far side corner.
Great pinch there by the
linesman. Oh boy, that was not a good pass, but it worked out. Arizona able to clear it up the middle. And now here's Orfanos breaking in right side with a rolling puck. He couldn't get a shot away.
He had Marshall on the back door if he could have got it to him, but a great burst of speed and strength there from Orfanos to carry that through two UNLV defenders. He has been an absolute threat so far tonight.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and only a freshman player. anybody who's a fan of the U of A, seeing a guy like Orfanos, what he might grow into.
There's a chance of the backhand. Bavalsic making a save there in tight on Johnson. And now it'll be flipped high in the air out of the zone, back to center. And right back out of play, skips off the top of the glass and out. You know, another point to make is you talk about, you know, the building here and playing at Tucson Arena, which is the same place the American Hockey League's Tucson Roadrunners play. But soon, Arizona will have its own building.
Yeah,
a couple of years down the road.
2024, the announcement of the Mosaic Iceplex that was kept very under wraps for anyone who wasn't in the know. Such an exciting prospect for not only this team, but the men's D2 team that's coming, a women's D1 team that's coming, an adaptive sled hockey team. Whoever says Tucson isn't a hockey market is going to have to change their tune a bit after 2024, because we're going to have 3 sheets of ice, and one of them is going to be dedicated to this team right here, the Wildcats.
Looking forward to that for certain. Here's a chance in for Johansson. That one is pushed back to the corner. Centering feed by Cusinelli, and that one is knocked away.
Meyer got right to the right spot, just couldn't connect.
And now curling in on the right side, stopping, looking for a chance. Demizio in front, and that one is knocked away and out of play again. We've had a lot of pucks leave the surface in this second period.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a result of guys shooting high or guys getting sticks in lanes, but there have been a lot of pucks heading up over the glass and into the netting. But more souvenirs for the Tucson faithful. And yeah, for anyone who isn't too familiar with the Mosaic Iceplex and what's coming later, you can find it online, looking up some details on it. But this U of A, you know, formerly the Ice Cats, been around since 1979. A lot of hockey history in Tucson.
There's a long shot in. Bavalsic with the save. And the rebound still bouncing around in the slot. As UNLV has done a good job here of kind of offensive swarming in that Arizona end, but they have not taken the lead here. They've not held the lead tonight. They've tied it up twice. Now they'll try to drive it right side. There's a shot, and that one is scooped wide there as Flanders tried to cut to the net. Kept it right point. Muzillo, oops, sorry. Side of the net, there's a chance in front, bouncing puck again, cleared away by Arizona. Wildcats just able to get it out. Marquis will send it down the ice, and Sebastian, right now, Arizona is kind of getting pushed back a little bit here. This is UNLV is a good team. This is their push here in this second.
Yeah, we saw Flanders, number 11 there. He got that opportunity off a nice little chip pass. I'm just trying to say what an elite move that is to get that play. You can do it all yourself. U of A is going to have to turn on the offensive jets a little bit, but they aren't built to be a super offensive juggernaut. They're a responsible team with a great D-core and a lot of structure. And it's a 2-2 game and maybe a race to 3, as Chad Berman always predicts.
Right now, once again, UNLV back to the offensive in the Arizona end of things here. Shively onto the left wing side. Lerman trying to move it ahead. Second effort, gets it onto the right wing. Fisher will push the rush. Fisher on the right half wall into the corner. Looking to center, he does. Tipped up over top of the net. Dangerous chance in front there off a nice little feed in front from Fisher, but Lerman couldn't find the cage. Orfanos back. Ooh, and a late icing call, but they do get it.
Yeah, I think Orfanos would have maybe liked to have that whistled a little bit earlier if he would have taken a UNLV player right to the face, but get the icing here.
You could tell he was kind of expecting it, and then didn't get the whistle right away and had to hurry up and turn around and make a play on the puck, but then the whistle came. So Arizona does get the face-off back in the UNLV end. A rare offensive zone draw here in the late stages of the second. 4:49 to go in period number 2. UNLV does win the face-off. Arizona once again forced to chase this one back out through center and regroup in its own end. The lead through center, tipped on Marshall, right side here, Selman. Curls, fed into the high slot, Orfanos with a wrister, tipped by Marshall, but that one deflected away by the D in front. Puck cleared as far as center. Picked up, moved in on the right side, here's Burke. He'll just send it down into the corner. Fisher trying to battle for it, looking for a little bit of help. Back on the left side, Selman tried to chip it to himself. And the puck back into the UNLV zone. Arizona will change up their lines here. Wyatt missed on the tip. There's an icing call. So the Wildcats here with Johansson, Cusinelli, And Meyer out there up front.
The social security line, as they're known, the old guys on this team in the locker room. They relish it. Johansson was a player who, he was fired up last night. He had a lot of energy, however you want to describe it. I just really think this game has had a really good composed feel to it. Now, that could all fall apart in the third period. There is no saying it'll stay like this. But this has been a very enjoyable hockey game, and two teams playing some really quality hockey so far.
Face off to the right of Benedetto. UNLV again, nice job in their own zone on those draws, able to control it. They move the puck away to center. Jones has to go back after it for Arizona, turning it back up the near side, and now the Wildcats lugging it through center. Johansson tried to slide it along. Play is onside of the line. Thought we might have ended up with a whistle there, but
yeah, Meyer almost went into the splits. I got a feeling at the NHL level that's maybe under review, but did a good job there to stretch out as much as he could. Good forecheck here from Meyer.
Cusinelli on the left side trying to move it down low. Puck is turned away from the slot. Backhand right into Cusinelli. Quick turnaround chance over top of the net. Meyer had his stick removed. And now the puck dumped to center. Haven't had much hitting here lately. I just noticed with those two collisions, that's the first we've really seen in a while.
Yeah, I think guys with this tightly of a played game so far are maybe thinking you don't want to be the one who steps up.
Big,
what a great chance there.
Big save there. Benedetto left pad stop on the low wrister from Ziegler. And will there be icing? Yes, puck just made it over the line. And at this point, if you're Arizona, I mean, Benedetto hasn't had a lot to do in this period, so get some pucks towards him.
Yeah, I mean, the old adage of if a goalie doesn't see shots for a while, maybe he gets cold. It's probably not the best approach always. You probably want to keep him engaged and get pucks on there. But yeah, the U of A haven't really, there haven't been that many shots necessarily that Benedetto has had to really fight off or fight through traffic to see. It seems like both of these teams want to, create those scoring opportunities that are very pretty with a lot of net to shoot at versus maybe not sure what's going on here.
Did Arizona call timeout? Or
there was no huddle at the bench.
No.
Well, it was icing on UNLV, so
right.
UNLV could very much be doing their patented.
Try to roll
wait,
up.
We've got a penalty coming here.
Oh, we do have a penalty. You're right.
That makes sense, but I
Estrada in to serve it, and the referee, I didn't actually honestly pay much attention, but he did skate by the scorekeeper's bench. So U of A under the power play. Let's get the call on this.
UNLV penalty, a bench minor for delay of game. Serving that penalty for the Rebels is number 6, Ezekiel Estrada. Time of that penalty, 17 minutes, 13 seconds in the second period. And put your Wildcats on a Hogan Transportation power play.
You know, that's something we talked about yesterday and again today, because that is a UNLV tactic. They rush 5 new players out there on an icing call to buy their line more time. You're not allowed to just throw guys out there, especially after your change has been waived. And on an icing call, you can't put a new line out. Well, UNLV has been doing it consistently. They finally get called for it. So a delay of game penalty there.
Yeah, that was I would say that call makes a lot of sense based off of the past behavior UNLV has exhibited on those icings. And, that gamesmanship is there, but the refs have had a little bit enough of it, I think, at this point.
And it's so blatant. It's not even like they're trying to do it on the sly. It is blatant. They roll 5 guys out. They just have them hustle and skate to the dot in an effort to just delay things, which it does by as much as 20 seconds. Cusinelli with a chance. Backdoor feed. Meyer off the outside of the net. Right point hole with a shot. Save. Oh, Benedetto had to make a right pad stop on that deflection in front. That might have been his best stop of the night.
Yeah, unfortunately, you had 3 Wildcats right at the goal line and no one in the slot to pick up that rebound. But at least a good shot through from the point, creates traffic, creates stress for Benedetto, and he's got to get thinking about where that shot's coming from.
25 seconds to go on the man advantage. 1:10 left to go in the period. We are tied at 2 here in the second. And now the puck turned over. Here's DiMizio. Back into the right side. DiMizio busting in short-handed. His shot didn't get through. Now a chance. That was backhanded wide. UNLV stepping up to put pressure on here. Johnson, long shot, missed the net. Rebound in front. Kicked away by Bovalsic.
That one came from behind and got a U of A player and a little bit of discomfort here trying to get back to the bench.
That's the end of the power play for Arizona, and they actually give up a few extra chances, and that's Johansson, who looks like he's struggling there a little bit getting off the ice. Also clearly frustrated. Now here's Estrada walking in, backdoor feed, they score. Right after killing off the penalty, UNLV strikes for a late goal with just 29.3 seconds left in the second period. And for the first time tonight, the Rebels have the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, just a breakdown in coverage there and way too much time and space for a team that's as talented as UNLV. I mean, Bibb tries to go post to post to make that save, but it's too much time and space for them right there.
UNLV goal scored by number 21, Jason Demizio. The assist goes to number 6, Ezekiel Estrada. That's Demizio from Estrada. Time of the Rebels goal, 19 minutes, 31 seconds in the second period.
And we're going to have another penalty, I believe, coming. Or was it offsides? Might have been offsides.
So the first goal of the period for UNLV was Estrada from Demizio. That time it's Demizio from Estrada. So those two have been the hookup here in the second period.
Another chance here for UNLV.
And Bibb has to hurry up and catch that one as it bounced in front off the dasher. He will snap it up with 11.8 seconds to go here in the second period. But again, a late goal before the end of the period. We saw this yesterday for UNLV, and they got one again here tonight.
Yeah, not as late in the period. Can get much later than yesterday with 1 second left. And the U of A has to feel like they played a very, they came out early, scored that goal. UNLV has just stuck to their system and fought through it.
Definitely been a lull in the second here for U of A.
Definitely.
Draw to the left of the Arizona cage, and the draw one back, but all the way out to center. Fired right back in and sent right back out. 3 seconds, too. Can they do anything with it? Orfanos, long shot at the horn, goes wide. And that'll put us into our second intermission.
Arizona with 8, UNLV with 13. The score after 2 complete periods of play here at the Tucson Convention Center Arena. It is UNLV 3, Arizona
Looking at that, the delay of game finally gets called. The U of A gets a chance to go on the power play in a 2-2 game in the second. They're not able to capitalize. UNLV, at the end of the penalty kill, generates some offensive chances. And Ben Jones, number 17 for the U of A, seemed to be laboring a lot for a good part of that shift, could never get off to the bench. And there's a chance that's why that defense, and you can see Ben Jones is heading off the ice right now in a bit of discomfort. It just seemed like he couldn't get to the bench. UNLV was able to keep the puck and just have guys get lost in coverage, but
Well, that's all Arizona needs is more injuries at this point. They're already missing 5 guys out of the lineup tonight. And, Jones would be a big, big miss for those guys if he ends up out too. Oh, man, when it rains, it pours, I guess. But 20 minutes away here from potentially the end of the game. Last night we saw overtime. It's 3-2 UNLV after 2 periods of play here. And Sebastian, I got to ask you, what are your thoughts looking ahead to this third period?
It's always the same. I don't want to give another cliche. I think if the U of A gets another power play opportunity and they can't convert on it, that's just going to be an absolute dagger. So we'll see. If UNLV gives them another power play chance, I think that's what's this period's going to hinge on. This game could hinge on is being able to take advantage of these power play opportunities.
Well, hopefully the U of A can do just that. Right now, power plays, Arizona's had 3, UNLV's had 2, but every goal in this one's been even strength. 3-2, UNLV with the lead over your Arizona Wildcats after 2 periods of play. We're back with more in just a moment. This is Wildcats Hockey.
Because of Eller, I've had once-in-a-lifetime opportunities.
I've learned to step outside of my comfort zone.
Eller has given me a platform to bridge my technical skills into managerial skills.
Because of Eller, I've grown my professional network.
Because of Eller, I am more passionate about my goals.
I've met amazing people.
Because of Eller, I have endless opportunities.
I am more involved in my community.
I've been able to enhance my public speaking, which led me to get my internship this summer.
I've started taking more initiative in my life.
Because of Eller, I have a home here at the U of A.
I'm Javier.
I'm Vikas.
I'm Sariska.
I'm Natalie. I'm Itzel.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Javier.
I am Paola.
I'm Brent.
I'm Katya.
I'm Jason.
I'm Sean.
I am Vedashri.
I'm Jennifer. I am Eller.
Coming up on Thursday, Pink the Rink. The Wildcats take on Arizona State this Thursday at 7:30 in our annual Pink the Rink game. Proceeds going to the University of Arizona Cancer Center. Saturday, the Wildcats face the Sun Devils at 1 o'clock. As always, students with a CAT card get in for free. We'll see you at the TCC Arena. Bear down and rise up.
And welcome back to Tucson Arena. Tom Callahan, Sebastian Janik here with you as we are getting ready to go for third period action. We will be kicking that off momentarily. 3-2 UNLV with a lead. They scored a late goal to grab the lead here, and heading on into this third period, Arizona's got its work cut out for them. A little bit of a lull towards the end of the second period there, and the Wildcats ended up giving up 2 in the second. They scored early. George Orfanos has both goals tonight for Arizona, and they did get both from him, and one just a minute into that period. But UNLV, not only did they hang tough, but really they just kind of were grinding on UA for a lot of that period, Sebastian, and eventually they had a couple of goals.
Yeah, I would say that UNLV, we've seen that with some of the really great teams in the ACHA. They stick to their system. There's no panic in their game. They know that if they keep grinding away, they can score another one. And UNLV is an offensively talented team, and they showed that there in the second period. But it's time for the U of A to battle back and do what the U of A needs to do best, which is win a hockey game here.
And last night, an exciting game. That was 3-3 after regulation. UNLV did win it in overtime, but Arizona had to score a late shorthanded 5-on-3 goal just to get it to overtime.
Yeah, I would say that it should not be the strategy here in the third period. You might not get another 5-on-3 shorty here, but
I don't necessarily ever think that's the strategy.
You never know. Coach Berman's bit of a chest. Oh, wow. Big
turnover. Cusinelli and shot save. Rebound in the slot is swept away to the point. Now bouncer in on goal. And another stop by Benedetto. Now a check from behind and a penalty coming up. The only question is how many minutes?
Johansson, I think it's going to be a cross check here. I think he's lucky the UNLV player wasn't any closer to the boards, because that could have been a dangerous hit.
It is checking from behind. Hopefully only the 2-minute variety here, but as you mentioned, not what you want to see in the early going. Penalty comes just 19 seconds into the period, and it puts UNLV on its third power play of the game.
Wildcat penalty at number 28, Alex Johansson, 2 minutes for hitting behind the back. Time of that penalty, 19 seconds in the third period.
And so right away, UNLV, smooth sheet of ice. They will go to work on their third power play. Musiello, backdoor feed, and a nice stop by Bavalsic, getting over to his left. Right away, though, UNLV to work. There's a shot from the slot. They score. Power play goal for the Rebels, and they make it a 4-2 lead. Golant with the power play marker, and UNLV executing early.
And the fact that the U of A came out, they get 2 incredible chances off of a turnover. They can't bury it. And Johansson takes the penalty that gives UNLV a chance to strike here. And they make no mistake. They move the puck well, and that was an absolute bullet of a shot that beats Biv.
That's a hard one to accept, too, when it's an offensive zone penalty like that.
Scored by number 3, Bradley Gallant. Give the assist to number 16, Max Johnson, and number 37, Cole Wyatt. That's Gallant from Johnson and Wyatt on the power play. Time of the UNLV goal, 45 seconds in the third period.
This is where the grit and determination of a team like the Wildcats is going to get tested fully. UNLV is a talented hockey club, and you got to bring 2 goals back here in the third.
Here's Fisher trying to feed one in front, and at the point, that one was taken away. Shively tried to push in for the pass. It'll just be tipped down here. And right now, Arizona is going to have to find a way to get that offensive push going and really keep the pressure on UNLV. They've had spurts of pressure. They looked much better in the first period, I think, as far as that goes. But they've really got to find a way to light the offensive fires here in the third. Fisher, toe drag, walking his way in, had his stick tied up, couldn't shoot, puck in front, shot, they score! Fisher managed to fight through the check and feed it in front to Ziegler. He puts it home, and the Wildcats are right back within 1.
Well, if you've got some forwards out injured who can't create as many plays, let the D-men step up and do it. Ryan Fisher, such a talented two-way player, does it all himself, coming in, sets up the opportunity, gets it back out in front, and a beautiful behind-the-net play. Good old Gretzky's office, and Connor Ziegler is a happy Wildcat right now. And just like that, it is back to a one-goal game with 18:08 left in the third period. What an effort.
Ziegler's 4th of the season. Couldn't come at a better time.
Number 22, Connor Ziegler. The assist goes to number 6, Ryan Fisher. That's Ziegler from Fisher. Time of your Wildcat goal, 1 minute 52 seconds in the third period.
We're going to get UNLV going back on the power play, I believe, here.
Such terrible, terrible timing for that penalty right there. Just as U of A looked like they were going to build a little momentum, UNLV right back to the power play where they just scored on a tripping call here.
Not to mention their power play was very efficient the last time they were out here. It was a couple quick passes and a great shot. U of A is going to get a chance for a do-over here on the penalty kill.
Not the kind of chance you wanted to have again, but Marshall into the box for tripping.
For tripping, time of that penalty, 2 minutes 12 seconds in the third period.
So now, again, a chance for UNLV to try to move that lead back to 2 goals. It's 4-3. There's a chance through the slot. It ends up around to the left side. Alec Johnson up on the blue line with it, leaving it off in space there. Oh, almost a chance there as Selman, smelling something shorthanded, just couldn't poke the puck past Musillo.
Selman would have been gone. He's a fast player with a great tenacity for the net. He would have been absolutely gone, but that's what Selman needs to do, and the Wildcats need to do is take away time and space from this talented UNLV power play.
UNLV doesn't quite have the efficiency on this particular power play here as they did on the last one, but they are maintaining the zone time. Here's a one-time for the near side. Pavelski save, rebound, save Johnson, rebound, and they score again on the third rebound chance. That one, Max Johnson putting it home, and another power play goal shoots the Wildcats in the foot. It's 5-3 UNLV.
I will say, Tom, I'm not going to blame you.
Yeah, I know, just as soon as I open my mouth, right?
Yeah, I think they could hear you from here, and they decided to make sure that comment didn't stick well. Just a lot of passes, a lot of chances, and Matthew Hull just unfortunately looking the wrong direction, loses his man in coverage, but some very, very high-quality passing plays from UNLV there to set up those opportunities.
Well, it's self-inflicted damage here from Arizona. 1 offensive zone corner penalty, 1 neutral ice penalty.
Johnson, give the assist to number 22, Alec Johnson, and number 3, Bradley Gallant. That is Johnson from Johnson and Gallant. Time of the Rebels power play goal, 3 minutes 13 seconds in the third period.
Puck in on Pavelski, and he will try to steer it aside. Maybe it would have been better off hanging on to it. A little bit of chaos in front of the net, and Arizona has to clear.
Timor has to like half soccer kick angle that one into a dead area because that was a little bit dangerous, well, very dangerous. And that's what we've, U of A has had some power play chances. They weren't able to convert when the game was tied, and UNLV here in the third period, you give them 2 opportunities on the power play and they strike twice.
Well, let's see what Arizona can do here and try to, once again, get the pendulum going back their way. Right now, Timor backhanding it absently to his own zone. Hedgecock trying to play it ahead. Selman couldn't get it out of his skates, flipped right back in. Hedgecock on it again. He'll curl away on the left side. Plenty of time left to go here in this third period, though, that's for sure. We've only played 4.5 minutes. Marshall knocked down by a hit. Puck stays in. Teed up for the point, and the shot bounces wide. Broken stick on the play as it deflected off the shaft of Wyatt's twig. Now we get a whistle here and a hand pass. Face off will go outside the zone.
That was a pretty good redirect there that the stick gets broken on. Good idea there. Shot from the point. Goes wide on Biv. But with how thin the U of A is up front on the forwards, having to score 2 with 15-20 left, you're going to need someone to be a hero here. get each line rolling by committee. Usually it's a race to 3 for the Wildcats. It's been a race to 5 for UNLV here tonight.
Puck in on goal. Bavalsic trouble with it. It's free and sent around to the right point. Now onto the left side. Shot coming in. That was blocked off a body in front. Cusinelli can't clear. Johnson on the right side. Into the corner with it. Looking to work it in front of the backhand. Bavalsic save, and he got the whistle. Hanging on to it just long enough, and now we're going to pile up in front of the net. Haven't seen much of this here tonight, but
it's inevitable. You get, we saw what happened with Selman when he got near Benedetto earlier. U of A is going to do the same thing to stand up for Biv here. It's been a great back and forth series. UNLV coming into the Tucson Arena, playing some solid hockey, but those two power play goals are going to be ones that sting, especially the offensive zone one.
And the thing that really hurts about that 5th power play goal is that was on the 3rd rebound chance. And it's hard to hang that on the goaltender when you make the first 2 saves, but the puck just perfectly popped out there to Johnson. He was able to put that one away, but it's so hard. You got to help your goalie out at some point.
Yeah, I mean, they were good shots with purpose right on the pads, knowing where those rebounds might end up. But that's exactly where you need your defenseman. But I believe Matthew Hull on that last penalty kill was out there for a while, and he just, he kept battling and kept fighting to get in the lane, but eventually you lose track of your man and a lot of room to shoot. But the offensive guns are going to have to come out here for the Wildcats. Dangerous shot there from the goal line. Biv redirects that one.
Arizona able to move that puck down the ice. Here's Marquis pushing up on the right side, and he will beat out the icing. Keeping the play around to the left side, here's Ziegler, who's got the most recent Wildcats goal. But once again, UNLV able to push it out to center and dump it down.
UNLV has scored some very timely goals here in this game. They get that one late in the second, and they're able to just cash in right away in the 3rd as well.
And at this point, if you're UNLV, really, that's all you have to do is a little bit of dump and chase here. Just keep running that time off the clock. It's the hockey equivalent of a good ground game. You just keep chewing up that clock. You have a 2-goal lead. Try to take care of things in your own end.
And that's where UNLV is a talented team, is that the Wildcats are just, you can't sit back and maybe hope for a turnover. You're going to have to generate your own chances and get a little bit creative here with some neutral zone rushes or something along those lines. The U of A offense has gone a little bit, aside from that quick strike, but that's the thing. You get that great moral victory of scoring that goal and getting it back within 1, and then you go down the ice and give up 1 right away again. It's just timely goals by UNLV.
Arizona will fling the puck down the ice. Benedetto out to handle it. He will play it away from the forecheck of Lerman. There's a lead pass ahead at center, driving in on that right wing side. Manning curls, waiting for help, fed to the back door. That pass just missed. Once again, UNLV trying to set something up offensively here. Johnson at the near point swings it into the high slot. There's a shot, and that one is deflected off the traffic in front. The brothers hooking up there is Max Johnson. Just couldn't quite slide it through. Here's Orfanos up on the right side. Orfanos looking for the hat trick maybe in this 3rd period. They would love to get one out of him right now. And there's Selman separating man from puck. Orfanos in there. Selman trying to put it in front. That was blocked. This line trying to bring a little energy right now.
Yeah, I think Selman knew Marshall was hanging out there in the slot if he could have gotten it back to him.
Turned over, though, behind the net. Chance in front. There's a shot. Johnson had that tipped over top of the net. Hedgecock on it. He'll reverse it around to Timor. Timor looking for the home run stretch. Too far for Selman, but he does beat out. No, he doesn't beat out the icing. That puck rimmed its way around a little too fast for him to get to. Face-off will come back into the Arizona end of things. Not quite 8 minutes into the 3rd. 5-3 UNLV leading U of A.
There's definitely plenty of hockey left here to play, but UNLV with some of these quick strikes have put the U of A back on their heels a bit.
Face-off will be to the right of the Wildcats net. And that one is chipped out to center. Nice play there by Meyer off of shin pads. He'll chase it on the right side. Meyer into the corner, looking for a little bit of help in the slot. Fights off a check, but can't hang on to the puck. Now tipped out the other way by Cefalos. He works into the right side. He's got some room with a wrist shot. He fanned on it. Timor kicked it away. Johansson off the glass, out to center. And that'll be turned right back in. Timor, though, wanted to kind of jump into the rush there, but ran into traffic. He has to turn it back towards Henchcote. Played around on the far side, and now trying to get that one through center. Well, it's given up, and UNLV will dump it right back in. I don't think we've seen Ben Jones back out here in this third period either. Another big loss for Arizona. As you mentioned, Sebastian, he was laboring getting off the ice, and I haven't spotted him on the bench, but
I thought I saw him take one shift. I think
maybe.
that's Ben Jones with his helmet. No, I believe that's Dawson Marshall with his helmet off on the bench. We'll see if number 17 for the U of A gets back out there. But yeah, going down any more bodies right now for the U of A is, it's always tough to fight through injuries, but they are thin at the moment.
And now they'll try to go back to the offensive here. Fisher with a wrist shot, did not get through the traffic. Marquis on the right side looking for help from Ziegler. Puck stays in the corner. Backhanded around by Barry to that far side. And now turned over beyond the net. Ziegler pulled down, centering feed Marquis. Spinorama shot through the crease. Out the other side. UNLV able to clear. Fisher turning it back. U of A is onside. Marquis to the right side, trying to get it up there for Fritz. Fritz tied up. He puts it towards the front of the net, but it's scooped away. Cleared off the glass, bouncer out to center. Now UNLV looking for a chance here. There's a shot, wristed high, quick rebound in front, and Bovalsic had to gobble that one up as Erickson got the favorable bounce. 9:56 to go in the third, so just past the halfway mark of this final frame. It's UNLV leading Arizona 5-3.
And even though the U of A power play has not been exactly stellar so far, you know, at least when they get into the offensive zone, they're forcing UNLV to defend, maybe draw a penalty here or there. We saw just how many penalties ended up being called towards the end of yesterday's third period. It's been a tale of two different special teams here for these two clubs. And that's where you really miss a guy like Jesse Lohr, you miss a guy like Josh Lusby, and you miss a guy like Greg Malafronte. All these offensive forces for the U of A, you know, Duke Litwin, however, I could keep going with guys who they would love to have on that power play unit, but it's going to be a matter of U of A digging deep and continuing to fight for this next 9:46. I think that one hit the netting.
You know, we had one, I did too, and we had one yesterday. Let's talk about it in a minute. Orfanos into the right side with a shot. Benedetto save, rebound. Fisher, his shot is pinballed away from the front of the net as well. Pushing back up the left side all by himself is Manning. Tried to toe drag his way in. That was taken away. Now the errant pass through center. UNLV will turn it right back in. And it does look like Arizona's running just 5D at this point.
Yeah, I think Ben Jones was
still trying to see if I can spot him over on the bench. Of course, there's one or two guys sitting and everybody else is standing. Not the easiest way to try to count bodies, but
that's one thing going down a couple forwards, but losing a defenseman on top of it, that just means more and more minutes, more workload. This whole game is going to have to be by committee for the U of A for the rest of this.
Johansson on that left wing side trying to make something happen. Shipped out to center. Arizona on the regroup here. Here's Hole. Trying to move it across, and nope, Jones is out there with Hole, so that's good to see. He is on the bench and trying to take a shift here. Put up to the left point, and there's Jones with it. Wrister through traffic is blocked. Tried to step up on it. Now 2-on-2 the other way. Here's Johnson cutting in the high slot through his skates to the right side, and the pass, he fed it too high. But the puck stays in. Johnson into the slot again. Nice job there as Ziegler took his man out in front, got the stick into DiMizio.
Nifty move there by Johnson through the legs. Shades of David Pasternak on that one, but not able to connect with the pass to set up the chance. UNLV getting a lot of shooting lanes. Oh, maybe a chance.
Here's a chance the other way. Marquis up the right side. Up by himself with a long wrister. Put it over top of the net. Help was coming late in the form of Fritz, but Marquis electing to let it go. Just couldn't find the mark. Timor trying to keep it going. Now Arizona on the attack again. Left side is Hedgecock. Will move that one up. Sofrano onto the right side. Backhand feed towards the front of the net. Did not get through. Lerman couldn't quite snake it through there. This is playing back up the near side wall, and time continues to tick down on Arizona. The Wildcats need 2. Lerman into the slot. Pass picked off. UNLV the other way. 3-on-2 developing if they can make it happen. They do come in on side. But enough of a disruption from Timor really kept them from making anything out of it. But kept in again by the Rebels. Under 7 to go in the third. 5-3 UNLV. Lerman can't clear the puck out. Kept in on the right side. Chance in front. Hedgecock put the shoulder into his man to keep that chance from happening for Flanders.
Oh, and this is the same thing we saw yesterday. There's just a miscommunication. Guys are going off for a line change. Timor thinks he's got a pass. Almost a dangerous turnover there.
And it's always tough, too, because you put it into the skates of your guys. If somebody else hops out, you could easily get popped for too many men.
Yeah, all's well that ends well, right? All's well that ends well right there for Timor. With 6:20 left, Selman took a big hit there.
Kept in by Flanders. He'll round the net, try to put it in front. It's left behind the cage, centering feed. That one rolling away to the point, but kept in. Once again, UNLV just moving the puck around. There's a shot by Johnson, blocked, and now Orfano's trying to go the other way, looking to chip it ahead. Selman could not come down with it, though. And again, Arizona trying to keep the shift short here. Orfano's up in the forecheck, steals the puck, fed it through the slot, too far for Johansson. Cleared the line, not out. Kept in, Orfanos out of gas, didn't really have enough to attack that puck there.
Orfanos with a great individual effort, just can't find Johansson, but Cusinelli here with a chance.
Cusinelli into the backhand, a shot and a glove save. Benedetto on the backhand from Cusinelli. 5:34 to go in this third period. UNLV 5, Arizona 3. The real question is going to be whether or not it's too little too late for Arizona.
That flash of magic there from Cusinelli is what you want, just not quite enough to beat the goaltender.
Back comes UNLV. In on the right wing side, Estrada feeding it across the ice. DiMizio in the corner trying to help out on the cycle taken away. Here's Fisher pushing it ahead. He's got Meyer with him. Fisher in on the left wing side. Cutting into the corner. Fisher pulls his way through the check. Backhand flip in front. And that one right on the stick of Cefalos.
Benedetto had fully committed to that post. Fisher, I mean, obviously from up here it's easy to say what he could have done, but I think the wraparound would have been, there would have been some room for it, but Fisher tries to feed it out in front.
Just save at the far post there as Bovalsic hugging the iron. Now the puck free in the slot, and U of A having some trouble getting the puck out. Johnson keeping it in, fed across. Barry could not get his stick on it before it was tipped over the line by Meyer.
And some of these moves we've seen from the UNLV players since they took that 2-goal lead, you can tell they know they've got a bit of confidence. They've got a little bit more room for error. But here with Orfanos.
Race on the right side, Orfanos cutting in wide. He's going to stop in the corner, waiting for a little help. Orfanos with a chip to the slot, and that is swept away.
I think that's maybe the 4th time a single U of A player has been able to generate something off the rush, but the guys are just changing in behind him, and the support just can't get there in time.
Here's Selman moving in. Benedetto misplayed it, and sent just wide. Orfanos was trying to get to it back there. It ends up at the point. Here's Hull walking it to the right side. Hull with a wrister, and that is deflected to the far side. Puck played around, a bouncer out to center, and a smart play there by the forward Johnson because he pulled Jones out with him out of the zone, and Jones could not make the pinch to hold the puck.
Jones can't do anything there except, not take the offsides, basically. Benedetto with a rare misplay.
And there's a shot bouncing in wide of the net. Never quite got through. Flanders feeding it up to Johnson at the point. Back to Flanders, tried to thread it cross ice, picked off Marquis, able to at least get it out of the zone, but time growing short for the Wildcats. 3:05 to go in the third. 5-3, UNLV in the lead. Timor leaving it off. Sent in from center. Puck bouncing up in the air on the near side of the UNLV zone. They're able to get it out. And on the left wing, here's Flanders up all by himself. They'll just stall for time in the corner. Eludes one, feeds it back towards the point. UNLV able to keep it in. Fed to the right side. Johnson in with a chance. He ripped it high.
That was a hard head-hunting shot there.
Puck tied up in the near half wall. Chipped ahead. Marquis just didn't have anything left. Had to peel off and head to the bench. 2:23 to go in the third. Now with a 2-goal deficit, Bovalsic begins to look at the bench. And we'll see if Arizona elects to make the move to pull him out of the net. But UNLV back to the attack on the right side. Here's Erickson cutting into the slot to his left. Hooked it back wide the other side.
Yeah, the U of A will have nothing to lose by pulling Biv here, but
Shively, lead through center, tip, no icing. Bovalsic is still in the net. He doesn't appear to be going anywhere. Fisher sending it down low. UNLV turning it right back the other way, and that's part of the problem here is that Arizona has not had sustained zone time.
well, I think something that might factor slightly into this is that in the ACHA you do have to consider those goal differentials.
Yes.
Things like that. So it's not like an NHL game where pulling the goalie, you know.
A win's a win.
Yeah, a win's a win. For the U of A here against a highly ranked team like UNLV, goal differential is going to factor into Berman's thinking.
And so with 1:15 to go, Bovalsic still in the net.
And Orfanos was right through his man, but
Orfanos has had a solid game out there, 2 goals, and still looking for the hat trick. U of A is going to push up the ice. They're going to last minute of regulation, but Arizona just cannot seem to get the puck ahead as UNLV centering, and that one is cleared out. Waiting long is Selman, but it didn't get to him. Sent right back down the ice. No icing, Bovalsic out to play it. 40 seconds to go. There's a stretch through the middle. Selman's in offside, so they've got to peel out. That'll buy UNLV even more time. Cusinelli trying to move up here, make something happen. Flanders back the other way. He'll just work it down that left side wall, looking to feed it in front. Pass deflected away, but again, UNLV has done a great job winning those puck battles on the wall all night long. And they run some more time off the clock. Shively right side, here's Orfanos. Orfanos chipping to himself on the wing, but he's pinned up on the wall. 5 seconds to go. UNLV clears to center. Timor on it, and he'll just run out the clock. So the UNLV Rebels end up with the victory here tonight, and they sweep the weekend series at Tucson Arena from the Arizona Wildcats. And well, Sebastian, when you look at a team that's a top 5 team in the nation that comes in here, and Arizona pushed them to overtime last night. Tonight, you know, came in, had a real chance coming into this third period, but the way the pendulum swung, a couple of power play goals were the difference for UNLV in this one.
yeah, special teams will make or break you in a lot of games. And those early power plays for UNLV, once they got those 2, they just did not let up on the pressure. And you saw guys a little bit more confident, a little bit more skillful with the puck. They're able to create a lot of chances, but U of A here has got to feel good. I mean, these have been 4 tough games here at the Tucson Arena. You get Minot State twice, you get UNLV twice, and the season's going to finish up with ASU and Minot State. U of A is not going to have an easy route towards the national tournament, but a battle-tested group is the group you want for those type of situations. And U of A battled tonight, just those 2 penalty kills. UNLV absolutely stepped on the gas and gave the U of A. I mean, those passing plays and the shots, those are not on Biv right there. Those are hard plays to defend against a good team. And tonight was a lot different feeling. Obviously, you can just look at the PIMS. It's a very different game. But happy to see the U of A fight back. It's just such a tight game for so long, and that third period penalties.
Arizona waving to the fans as they file out of the TCC here. And of course, the Wildcats always appreciative of anyone who comes down to play against, or to watch them play against teams like UNLV or any other team that comes into town, be it Utah or Colorado State. Always a good time here. Always a lot of fun watching Wildcats hockey. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in on the YouTube as well. But right now we're waiting to see if we're going to get a chance for Chad Berman to do a post-game interview. He's still talking to the officials down there, so we may not actually get that in. We'll hang out here for a moment as long as we can. And I do want to remind everybody that Thursday, Pink the Rink is coming up. And Sebastian, you want to talk a little bit more about that and what fans can expect here? I think there is still time, in fact, to buy a pink jersey if you want to come down and contribute to the cause.
I do believe so. And if you do purchase a pink jersey, I believe you'll be able to come down onto the ice, have a little ceremony, and you can choose any name to be put on the jersey. I can't remember exactly if U of A players will be wearing the jerseys that are sold. We have a little promo for the Pink the Rink event that we will run at the end after the interviews here. So it looks like,
stay tuned in the post game for that. And yeah, Chad Berman's still talking to the referees here about several things. But you know, the other thing too is that this is a big rivalry weekend coming up against Arizona State, and it's going to be a really interesting and important weekend for Arizona to get themselves back on track and really, try to secure themselves a victory or two and get things going in the right direction. And I guess we're also going to have to see what the injury status looks like. That's going to be the biggest question.
I think we're going to get the interview here with Berman.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pirates here with Coach Chad Berman. Coach, you knew it was going to be a fight going in. You kept on saying that. Your team really did put up a fight for every period. 6 periods, they put up a great fight. So do you take anything away from this?
Yeah, I'm really proud of my group. I know on the surface, on the outside, it looks like how could you be proud after getting swept at home? That's a very good hockey team, first and foremost. Much respect to them. We're very depleted. We've got a lot of injuries. We're going through a lot of adversity. The guys aren't making excuses. They continue to fight and represent this university at the highest level, and so I'm proud of them for that. We're going to be better because of this adversity moving forward.
How do you guys bounce back against ASU?
Well, it's not hard to get up for them, right? So it's already turned the page. It's on to ASU, and looking forward to Thursday night.
All right, Coach. We'll see you then. Thanks.
All right, so that is head coach Chad Berman down there on the ice to wrap this one up. But indeed, looking forward to Arizona State coming down here on Thursday night. Pink the Rink night, and boy, I know there's a lot of different cancer fighting initiatives out there, but this is the University of Arizona's way through their hockey team to show their support for those who are battling or may have lost loved ones to the battle with cancer. So, Sebastian, great job over there. We had some adversity of our own to overcome tonight, but we did it.
We were a little bit thin, short-handed up here as well. Our lineup was almost as depleted as Berman's was, but thanks for all the comments and everyone for, helping us fix the issues we needed to. And that's the goal of this broadcast, is to keep getting better and better, just like Berman. And if you want to understand the type of team UNLV is and the way U of A played, look at the points that UNLV put up against ASU. So I think that ASU weekend, I think there's going to be some U of A players looking to take out some frustration on the Sun Devils.
Absolutely. Well, we do invite you to come back for that broadcast on Thursday night. And don't forget, stay tuned for the Pink in the Ring promo video. Sebastian's going to cue it up to run here in just a moment. But from the broadcast booth, that'll do it for us. So for Sebastian Janik, I'm Tom Callahan. Once again, your final score tonight, UNLV 5 and the University of Arizona 3. You've been listening and watching Arizona Wildcats hockey.
Hey, Wildcat fans, there's still a chance to come out to get your Pink the Rink jersey for our game next Thursday at 7:30 against Arizona State. For $250, 100% of these proceeds goes directly to the U Arizona Cancer Center and will help to fight research. Not to mention, the player will wear the name of any loved one you want on the back of the jersey, and you'll be able to come down on the ice, get the jersey off the player's back, and have a brief ceremony. We hope you'll come out and help us for a really special event.
Thank you for watching University of Arizona Wildcats Hockey. Visit our website at ArizonaWildcatHockey.org, and we'll see you at the Tucson Arena for the next Arizona Wildcats home game.